Hello guys, welcome to my first YouTube video, and obviously I should make a trailer but I didn't, but that's fine because I really wanted to speak about this book that has really been bothering me for the past year or so, because I managed to read all of how many pages is this thing? 270 pages of this shit. God, I wasted so much time reading this thing, and what I found is that the knowledge is not exactly as good. Deep work is basically a amazing example for everything that is wrong with productivity books nowadays, and it's the fact that the concept that is taught does not match the quantity of pages that is needed for the book or for a book, because as many people have said that many productivity books can definitely just be glorified blog posts, and I definitely do agree. While I do think many productivity books, they definitely have made use of their pages, such as Atomic Habits by James Clear. I definitely think that while it's not a very long book, it certainly uses its pages really well. But Deep Work does exactly opposite of that. Deep Work is a book better suited as just a concept that is written rather for a person to read. This is just something for people to just like know that it exists, this concept of deep work. So if we look into the chapters, as you can see, the book is roughly divided into two different parts. This is part 1, the idea, and part 2, the rules. Now I really don't think part 2 is that bad. Part 2 is not that bad. What I have a big problem with is part 1. I really hate part 1 because it is littered with just one simple concept and then many different useless history behind that concept or examples of that, which I really don't like. I hate it. And as a person who thinks practically, I really don't think I can apply a thing unless it's been told to me practically. This does not help, because what the book speaks about are like, what do you say, academics, scholars, presidents doing this idea of deep work, and it's obviously very intense. It's like, how am I supposed to do this? One of the first examples was a scientist that went on a tower, and this scientist stayed there for a while, and basically this is this was the idea, his story of how he wrote like some great essay or something, and some another one about Bill Gates, that he goes 1 or 2 weeks in a log cabin and then things. I can't do that. I'm not like super rich. I can't afford to go 1 or 2 weeks go live in a log cabin. What he should have done is, rather, instead of just giving examples, he should have actually told us steps to apply each of these things. So the first three, completely useless. I don't need to know why deep work is valuable, rare, or meaningful. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think he should have gone so far. He wasted like 72 pages on that. That's really bad. I would have cut it down by a lot. Part 2, the rules. Work deeply, embrace boredom, quit social media, train the shadows. That's it. You can drop the book now. Really? You don't believe it? You can literally just read the front 2 pages. After the first 2 pages, read all of this and it's fine. It's a mantra. Basically, the first 3 things on the part 1 are mantras, and then the very last is just some general rules, and that's it. Close the book. And this is one thing I really didn't like when I was reading early on, is that I felt the need to complete a book. If the book does not give you enough knowledge or doesn't provide anything new, then leave it. It's fine. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. Think about the amount of YouTube videos or something that you have skipped over, or intentionally put it in your watch later and then never watched it. You never felt guilty about that, so why should you feel guilty about not finishing a book? Truth is, you shouldn't feel guilty, because this book is written badly, but that isn't to say that the concept of deep work itself is not bad. Let me explain. Deep work is a phenomenal concept and it is explained by many YouTubers much better. For example, so I want you to go up if you want to follow the book and get practical steps. I will let me just I would really suggest that you look up Ali Abdal. He has a YouTube channel that has featured a playlist called Book Club. In that playlist of Book Club, there will be one video on this book explaining each truth. That is really useful. So, and I wanted to give you two things out of this book that probably hasn't been mentioned in the rules as elaborately. So, first of all, deep work is a skill. I just want you to know that the more deep work you do, the better you will be at it. Deep work is achieved when you completely focus on the task, maybe even enter a state of flow, as they say it. You can go research about flow. It's actually a phenomenal concept, and that flow state thing, I think it's a better way to explain deep work than this book did. So if you also want to go into the concept of deep work, then you should also research the concept of flow. Anyways, guys, so that is my pretty short rant on deep work. And this is basically a before you buy guide. So what I would really recommend for you to do is not buy the book, read synopsis of the book, or read reviews of the book, or read these chapters over here on the contents page, and then leave the book. Hello guys, this is my first episode of Book Club, and I hope to read many books with you guys. Maybe I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.